Hey folks, how's it going? This is Iron Seagull here, back with another game update overview for The Sims 4. This one is for May 2022. They just barely managed to get this one out by the end of the month, but turns out this one has more than just bug fixes, because the long-awaited Pronouns update is finally here. I wasn't expecting this until June, but we got it just a little bit before then, which is pretty nice. So The Sims tweeted, a brand new update to The Sims 4 is here. With the help of the It Gets Better project and GLAD, players can now add custom pronouns to their Sims in Create a Sim. It's our first version that focuses on customizable pronouns in English, but our intent is to update and expand this feature over time across languages. Read more about the work put into today's updates, including how you can contribute. In the blog post, they talk about the research process and how to use the feature, which I will go over with my own footage in a bit, and that it is version 1, so it isn't finished yet. They are still going to do more, because it is a difficult task to translate this into the 18 languages that they support. It's not a one-size-fits-all thing across all languages regarding pronouns, and that there are still instances of gendered language in the game, such as policeman or policewoman, because the focus of this patch is the customization of pronouns, and they realize there is still more work to be done to make the game more inclusive of all genders. Even though I am a heterosexual male who uses he/him pronouns, I'm really excited. This is a huge win for everyone who does use pronouns in real life that are outside of he/him or she/her. Because I know I would feel very awkward if people insisted on calling me she or her, even though I go by he and him. So while I personally cannot relate to the struggle of being misgendered all the time when using pronouns outside of the ones that you would have been given at birth, I still sympathize with you, and I'm really glad that The Sims 4 has become a safer space for you. Also, in The Sims, I do make a variety of different Sims with a wide range of personalities and backgrounds, so I do want to make Sims with a variety of different pronouns as well, and this feature allows me to do that a lot more easily instead of just using a mod or just having my imagination take the lead. I will leave a link in the video description below if you want to educate yourself more on the usage of pronouns that I noticed Little Simsy used as well, so figured I would just spread that link around too. So now I'll show you how to use this pronouns feature in the game. So you do have to go into Create a Sim. Thankfully, you can just do this on existing Sims. You don't have to enable full edit cast. You don't have to make a brand new Sim in order to use this pronouns feature at all. So initially, it looks the same as it always has, really. But then when you go and click on the name of the Sim, then you'll see towards the right-hand side there, change pronouns. So then when you click on that, there's they, them, she, her, he, him, and custom pronouns. Charlie here is meant to be a non-binary Sim, so I'm glad now the game won't have to refer to Charlie as he, him, because that's not what I want. So there are the different examples here: subjective, objective, possessive dependent, possessive independent, and reflexive. I absolutely love how below each pronoun it does show it being used in a sentence, so it is a lot more clear as to how that pronoun is being used. And it is also kind of cute how they fit grilled cheese into all the examples, just having that sort of like signature Sims touch to it. So it has sentences like, they would like a grilled cheese, or Bob told them about the best grilled cheese recipe ever. I also absolutely love how, on the fly, that example sentence changes as you type in something new. So for Charlie, I've decided to use Z, zer. So for subjective, I put in Z, and then objective and possessive dependence, I put zer. And then for possessive independence, I put zers. And reflexive, I put zer self. Once you hit the check mark, you will see that it actually shows the pronouns beside the Sim's name. If it wasn't clear enough already, you are allowed to just skip the pronouns feature entirely. You don't have to consciously decide what their pronouns are every single time you make a brand new sim. If you skip the pronouns feature entirely while making a new sim, then the game will just assign she, her, and he, him as the game always has. But then, if you do customize the pronouns, then those pronouns will change to the ones that you want in-game. So yes, there are examples where pronouns are being used in the game's language. So the first example here, I'm having Charlie climb into the pool, and we have this notification for gaining the fitness skill. Charlie's new skill in fitness will allow Zer to perform various workouts on the workout equipment. Another good example are certain buffs, such as this one from Bust the Dust, Sparkling Clean Surroundings. Charlie feels invigorated and inspired by Zer's sparkling clean surroundings. Being in a well-cared for environment will help Charlie be more productive and creative in many different pursuits. As long as Z keeps things clean, Z will be more successful at working from home and learning new skills. One last example I'll show is related to whims, because Charlie did get a whim related to painting, to level up in painting skill. To increase Charlie's painting skill, have Zer use the easel. So that's pretty much it for this pronouns feature. Overall, I am pretty happy with this, though I will admit at the same time, I'm not a huge expert in this area, so I'm sure there's room for improvements other than what they pointed out on their blog post, but I don't really know offhand. But feel free to give your inputs in the comments section down below, and hopefully those can be implemented. But still, I think this is a great step forward for the Sims franchise. I'm really happy that this is a thing now, and I hope it won't be too much longer before we see this update in languages besides English. I'm not really sure which ones are next or how long it's going to take, but I do hope for sure, at least by the end of this year, we'll have this in a few more languages. So I really hope that the Sims team will succeed at having this update in all the languages that they support. Before I end this video, there is one other aspect of this update to talk about, because you may be wondering, what about the bug fixes? How many did they fix this time? And they fixed a grand total of 2 things. Just 2. One for the Sims 4 base game and one for Get Together. So the base game one is, we've reduced clipping around the ears while using the braided hair with the red bow. I think they're talking about the one we got in that Sims Delivery Express at the beginning of the year, the Hanbo themed one. So yeah, I wish they had mentioned that it is like a Sims Delivery Express one. That would have made it more clear. But yeah, I do remember there were issues with that hair, so good to see that one fixed. And then with Get Together, they changed game interaction should now appear when interacting with the Don't Wake the Llama table game. I didn't realize that was even a problem. So that's it. Still no fix for simulation lag or the rocket ship or Evergreen Harbor and several other things that are talked about more often. So it's just like, oh boy, this is getting so tiring. Like, I am very grateful we got this pronouns update. However, this is far from the first time that I've waited all month for even a single patch, only for that patch to just fix a couple of pretty minor issues, while so many glaring ones continue to stand out and make the game experience overall not as fun. Actually, within the past month or so, a really bad issue has started popping up in my game, where if I'm closing certain types of dialogue boxes, such as the pop-ups on the main menu, or going into start a scenario but then canceling out of it, or in live mode when I go into the menu with the MC Command Center mod, it makes the whole screen dim and I can't click on anything at all, and the only way to get out of it is to close the game entirely. So if I haven't saved, I'll just lose progress. So it's possibly one of the most annoying glitches I've ever had, and I Actually didn't see anybody talking about it until I tweeted about it myself while I was making this video. Turns out even console players have it, so it's not a mod-related issue like I initially thought, because I was able to consistently reproduce the issue when canceling out of a scenario, but then it would stop after I took tool mod out. But I still don't have tool mod back in, and I still had this issue today, so it is really concerning. Do many of you have this same issue, or am I just really unlucky? Because it does make me more scared to do certain things in game if it means there's a chance that it's just gonna lock up the whole game and then I have to close it. So yeah, there's yet another rant from me about just how I'm not happy with how slow Maxis is to fix the bugs. I'm sure it's also a lot to do with EA's fault and not giving them maybe enough staff or resources or whatever else, but yeah, it's still really annoying. But at least the Pronouns feature is really good and a great step forward for the game, so I am happy for that still. Maybe the update before the game pack will do a bit more in terms of bug fixes, because that's what usually happens. If we get a bigger pack, then we tend to get more fixes before then, but then the game pack is gonna break a lot more things, I'm sure of that. So there goes the continuing cycle of The Sims. I can't say it's a new thing with The Sims 4 specifically. But anyways, I'm just gonna wrap up this game update overview video here, so feel free to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below in a respectful way, because I will say I do not tolerate homophobia or transphobia or any discrimination or insults towards the LGBTQIA+ community. So yeah, with that, be sure to subscribe if you'd like to keep up with my latest gaming content. I will talk to you all later, and have a great day. Thanks for watching!